Alright, so today we're going to go over the CD collection. If you haven't seen the vinyl collection video, you can go ahead and check it out. Let's just get right into it. Before I start, these CDs are basically categorized Japanese and English CDs, and they're both alphabetized according to their respective languages. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the vinyl video is that further diving into that, as far as each artists go, I usually categorize it like basically, earlier releases to later releases, and then studio albums, live albums, and singles, and whatever. Anyways, let's just grab a few and then start talking about it. Okay, so up first is Thunder Live by Casiopea. The reason why I bought this one is I just really wanted a live album of the era that the Car album came out, roughly, 1979, 1980. I believe this one was recorded in 1980. I can't really remember, but anyways, yeah, that's just the reason why I got this. It's pretty, it's a neat little album, but I will say it's not really, it's pretty sparse as far as songs go. There's only 6 songs on here, so. Moving on from that, we have one of the earliest My Dead Girlfriend releases. This is 2 songs plus cassette tape EP, 6 songs from the Happy Valley. This is basically a compilation of those 2 first EPs of theirs. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of rare. I really like the cover on it, but overall I think this is a neat little album that shows off their earlier works, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of got it for the cover, I guess. Next up, and probably one of my favorite albums that I own and just have listened to ever, this is Zazen Boys' self-titled debut album. It's really cool, it's really experimental, I will say. It's very kind of just hard to digest, I suppose. There's a lot of songs on here that are really kind of just throw you in a way that you didn't really expect. But I think it's a really good album, and I think it's really worth a listen if you want to get into more experimental types of music. Next up, I have 2 different copies of this album. This is 3 Out Change by Supercar, just some early Japanese shoegaze, kind of mid to late 90s. This one's a deluxe edition of the album. I think this is the 30th anniversary edition, and this is just the standard one. I probably should sell this one at some point because I don't really feel like I have to have both copies of the album. It is kind of cool. It just has some live tracks on it, really. That's all there is. Next up, we have a side project or a separate project of the lead guitarist of Number Girl, Tabuchi Sako. This is Toddle's Dawn Praise the World. It's a really nice album, very cool, sort of indie alternative album. It has a cool song on here called Gulp It Down, which I recommend checking out if you're really interested in this. Alright, next up are 6 Pillows albums, and we'll start off with Please Mr. Lost Man. This album can be thought of as the sort of pre-Fooly Cooly album. There's only one song in here that's featured in Fooly Cooly, which is Stalker. Yeah, I think this is a really great Pillows album. This is one of my favorite Pillows albums. I think it's one of their best, honestly. It comes in between, basically the jangle pop era of the early days and the sort of heavy-hitting rock sound that they would become known for. And I think this album just really is a great sounding and fun to listen to album, and it's very nice. Next up, we have my favorite Pillows album, and probably one of my favorite albums of all time. This is Little Busters on CD. If you watch the vinyl video, I also have both of those on vinyl, but I just had to have the CD so I could put it in my computer, listen to it, or whatever. Definitely good for the car as well. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's just really good. It's really fun. Loads of great songs on here. I think this is a perfect album front to back. Next is Happy Bivouac. This is probably a lot of people's favorite Pillows album. There's a lot of songs on here featured in Fooly Cooly. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's really cool, but it's not really I just don't like it as much as the other 2, I guess. The thing that kind of sucks about my collection is I don't have Runner's High on CD or vinyl in any capacity, so that kind of sucks. But other than that, yeah, this one's great. Next up, we have Smile by The Pillows. This is sort of post Fooly Cooly, where none of these songs are featured in Fooly Cooly whatsoever. Maybe one of the new seasons, I'm not really sure about that. It's not really my favorite, I would say, but it has a couple good tracks on here. Next up is The Pillows' Fool on the Planet. This is a sort of compilation that came out around the time Fooly Cooly had come out, the original 6 episodes. And yeah, there's a lot of good songs on here, a lot of that were featured in Fooly Cooly, as well as some that were not. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice little compilation. It also has a cool sticker if I can get it out here. Here you go. Maybe I'll stick this on my guitar one day, who knows. And the last album I have here for The Pillows is Fooly Cooly Soundtrack number 3. Obviously, this is an album that got me into The Pillows, really. It's a great album, and I kind of basically went over it when I talked about the vinyl version, but this is probably the definitive Fooly Cooly soundtrack if you're going to get any of them. Basically because this soundtrack features full-length, non-instrumental versions of the songs as they were featured in Pillows albums, rather than sort of, chopped up instrumental songs that could be featured, that were featured in the show. This is, you get the whole thing, and it's really good. Next up, we got Number Girl, starting with their debut album, Schoolgirl Bye Bye. I think this is a really great album. I kind of really wish I had it on vinyl, but they haven't repressed it yet, and it's going for I don't know, $200, $300 online, but yeah, it's a great album to have. I think it's a really good album, to be honest. It's a great debut album, I think. Next up, we got Schoolgirl Distortional Addict. I ended up buying this before I bought the vinyl version that I have. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a used copy I found in an American store of all things, so I had to have it. Yeah, it's a really good album. you know, I talked about it more in my vinyl collection video, but anyway. Lastly, we have the Number Girl single, The Iron Wind Sharpens, Teppu Surudoku Nate, and this is a really good single. It's a really great song. And I think Yunazawa Chainsaw is featured on the Hi-Fi Rush soundtrack, so that's kind of a cool fun fact. I would probably see myself selling this at some point, though, because, like, I'm not really a big CD single person, to be honest. Next up, we have Miki Furukawa's Bondage Heart. This is the bassist of Supercar after Supercar disbanded. And, yeah, it's a cool little album. There's a couple great songs on here, but honestly, I could probably sell it, because I'm not really, like, I don't really have to have the CD to listen to this album, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really, like, an album I need to have, but nonetheless, it's cool. And this is the deluxe version, I believe, and it comes with like a DVD of some of the music videos and behind the scenes stuff, so yeah. Next up is an anime soundtrack for one of my favorite anime of all time. This is the Bakemonogatari soundtrack. This is just really kind of fun songs on here. It features the openings as well as the closing. Just a lot of cool songs on here because the soundtrack is just so great. Next up, for all you Persona fans, we have the Reincarnation remix versions of Persona 3 and Persona 4's soundtracks. Basically, these are kind of more studio sounding remixed versions of the songs that were featured in the game. I will say that this Persona 3 one I like a little bit less than the Persona 4 one, because the Persona 4 one just kind of expands on the songs, makes them better quality and stuff, like especially Reach Out to the Truth, Pursuing My True Self and such. But the Persona 3 one, it kind of remixed the songs in a way that sometimes, you know, the remix isn't super great, but hey, it's still kind of cool, and it's cool to have them both. So next up, I got 4 albums here by Boris, starting with their debut album. This is Absolute Go. I've been told it's pronounced Absolute Ego, but I kind of like saying Absolute Go better. But anyways, this is one song on this disc, or I guess it's 2 actually, but anyways, the original disc was only 1 song, and it was 65 minutes long, and it's very heavy, very drone sounding, a very crazy debut release from any band, in my opinion. So this is really great. It also comes in this cool orange jewel case that I've never seen it before in my life. So next up, as I said before, we got Flood. I just really like having the CD version as opposed to the vinyl version, just because, like I said, it flows seamlessly on CD. But yeah, I don't know. It's a really great album. I had the CD first before the vinyl, so I probably end up keeping this if I ever... I don't know, but I feel like I like the vinyl too much to sell it too, so I don't know, we'll see. Next up is the definitive version of Heavy Rocks 2002. This is one of my favorite metal albums of all time. It's better than the vinyl release because Rattlesnake is in the correct position in these track list, because I don't know why they swapped it out for the vinyl for a different song, but anyways, yes, this album is great front to back. I highly recommend it if you haven't heard it. And of course, lastly, we have the 2 CD deluxe version of Boris's Pink. This is a great album if you want to get into Boris. If you don't know anything about Boris, this is a really great album to start with. It features some of their more droning numbers along with very fast pace and high energy stuff. The second CD I don't really care about that much, but I did actually buy this when I saw them live, so I'm not really gonna sell it. The last Japanese CD I have in my collection is, of course, the Hello, Nice to Meet You, We Are Midori album by Midori. Yeah, it's a great album. I just kind of recommend enough. A lot of people have seen my Midori video and love that video, so thank you very much for watching that. Moving on to everything else that isn't Japanese. Up first, we got the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And yeah, it's a good album. It's probably not my favorite Beatles album. I think that would go to Abbey Road, but I still think it's solid. And I'm pretty sure my mom got me this for my birthday, so I'm not gonna, you know, get rid of this one. Next up is the Mick Gillette Band's Turning 2. Mick Gillette, I believe, was a trumpet player for the Tower of Power. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't really ever listened to this album. The only reason why I have it is it's actually a signed copy in my name. Maybe after this video, I'll just check it out. Next up is a gold disc MoFi CD pressing of Nirvana's Nevermind. The sound quality on this thing is really great. As I said before, MoFi's pressings, they never fail to disappoint. A really cool album. It is a gold-plated disc. I'll just try to take it out here. As you can see, it has a special case that pops up when you take the disc out. And yeah, it is gold on the back, actually. 24 karat gold. It's probably not actually, don't quote me on that. Next up, I got the entire OK Go discography in my hand. Starting off with their 2 debut EPs. This is the Pink EP and the Brown EP. There's just a couple neat songs on here that no one's really ever heard of, as well as earlier versions of stuff that was featured on their first album. And then we have their first album, and for the longest time, I really love this album. I don't really love it as much anymore, but I still think it's a really great sounding album. I think even though it does sound overproduced, the production quality on this thing is so great. Then we have a special deluxe CD version of Oh No by OK Go. This is their second album. This is a really great album as well. A little more rough around the edges, but it does still hit hard. This is a deluxe edition, so it comes with DVDs of all their music videos that were featured, you know, like the famous treadmill music video and the Dancing in the Backyard music video and stuff like that. For their third album, we got Of the Blue Color of the Sky. This is the extra nice edition that comes with an extra CD of all these demos and extra songs that were really good. Also interviews. This is a really great album as well, and I don't know, I'd recommend it. Last in their discography, we have Hungry Ghosts. I was a big OK Kygo fan in high school. I don't know if this was obvious, but anyways, that's why I have the whole discography. As far as this album goes, yeah, it's pretty good. It is a signed copy. It's not because I met them and had it signed. It's because when this album was released, they had some special thing where you pay a little bit extra or something, and then they will sign it for you. So next up, we got this album I never heard before in my life. You know, jokes aside, this is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. I said it before that I used to listen to it ever since I was 3 years old when my dad would put it on. There's a lot of great songs on here that I really like. It's just a great overall album, and what's there left to say about Dark Side of the Moon? Next up is a really cool live release. This is Live Is There Anybody Out There from 1980 to 1981 by Pink Floyd. This is just a really great live version of The Wall. And if you like The Wall in any capacity, I highly recommend checking out this version. It sounds great. The sound quality is good. Everyone's playing is fantastic. And yeah, it just sounds really fleshed out. I will say that if I ever grow tired of listening to the album version of The Wall, I'll just put this one on and it'll feel really nice and fresh to my ears. All right, this is the second to last CD by a band probably no one's ever heard of before, and this is Pluto, Shake Hands with the Future. I think the only reason why I ever found out about this album is because this Goodbye Girl Pop Goes the Remix version was featured on like a playlist by the creator of Scott Pilgrim of songs that like helped him inspire to write the novels. Yeah, I think that's the only reason why I know about this album and how it exists. The songs on here are like okay, they're not super great. There are some cool ones on here, like the Goodbye Girl is great, the remix version especially. The Balls is kind of funny. Plastic Surgery is cool. I think, what is it? Dislocated Girl. I think that was a really cool one on here. Also, Another Look in the Mirror is fantastic. So yeah, I don't know, Pluto. Check them out, I guess. And of course, last but not least, we have OK Computer by Radiohead. This is my CD copy. I used to have a bunch of Radiohead CDs that I sold to basically partially fund the vinyl versions. But the reason why I kept this one is because I would carry this around in my bag in university. And basically, if someone ever, wanted music recommendations or something, I'd basically take it out and just like hand it to them. I know it's kind of dorky, but I do remember handing this album out to a lot of my friends and basically just introducing them to Radiohead and stuff. And so I couldn't really part with it when I was going to sell my Radiohead CD collection. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. That was the CD collection. Again, if you would like to see the vinyl version, that video is longer because there's quite a few pics in here. But anyways, yeah, see you later.